The 1970s was home to many, many types of music genres. Classic rock and disco seemed to be some of the biggest, and soul also had some big prominence. It was extremely diverse with acts ranging from the heavy Black Sabbath, to the soulful Marvin Gaye, to the pop frenzy of ABBA. But in my opinion, one of the most unique groups of the 1970s was the Electric Light Orchestra. Not only do they have a genuinely cool name, and a cool logo as you can see back there, but they combine so many genres together that I don't think I can name them all. And I would argue that one of their best albums, of the ones I've listened to, is this one right here, A New World Record. It's not as progressive sounding as ELO 2, nor as ambitious as Time or Out of the Blue, but this album does something really well. It is a damn good collection of pop tunes. Let's get into it. ELO had finally seen mainstream success with their Face the Music album in the previous year. This album took what worked on that album and turns it up to 11. We get 9 songs and only about 36 minutes of music, but it is a blast from beginning to end. Despite the middle-of-the-road length, it is a ton of ground covered, with many songs sounding unique to each other and have a very wide range of sound. The opening track, Tightrope, is an extremely strong opener, with a synth and string intro feeling ominous before breaking into ELO's signature sound. I can't put my finger on what it is exactly, but it's kind of like rock and disco at the same time, but it works really well. The strings seriously enhance the song, and while parts of it are weak, I still adore the song. It's a blast from beginning to end. And Telephone Line is even better. This song makes excellent use of the bombastic production this album has. It goes from sounding from a natural telephone at first, with that kind of compressed sound, to the orchestral score during the chorus. And while sad, it is a great song. It really captures the feelings of loneliness, I feel like. It takes time to get going, but it is one of ELO's best, and really shows off what ELO and Jeff Lynne can do when they're not making fun and happy-go-lucky songs. Rockaria is the polar opposite of Telephone Line, however, not speaking to its quality, just in vibes, with it being just pure fun. I love a good obnoxious guitar, and this song definitely delivers that and more. It somehow mixes 1950s-style rock with opera music? A sentence I never thought I would say, but somehow it works. It's not as good as the previous 2 tracks, but it's just so much fun, and the finale is absolutely wonderful. All the different sounds in the song come together and create a great end to an already pretty good song. We go back to a more depressing sound with the next song, Mission: A World Record. It is about aliens kind of checking in on Earth, and there's some depressing imagery in the song, at least in my opinion. The aliens question if life is even worth keeping, at least from my interpretation, and this song goes all in with the orchestra, with it being extremely prominent throughout the song. And I do get chills from the final "Who Are You" and "Who Am I" in the final chorus. And the final notes give the feeling of loneliness even more, with it sounding like a lost connection. It's another slow song, kind of similar to Telephone Line, but it is really great and one of the hidden gems of the album. Side 2 starts off with So Fine, which is one of the most ELO-sounding songs ever. It hits everything the band does. A dancing piano, great use of strings, and lots of energy. It's mostly a really, really good song, except I can never get used to the weird synthesizer part in the middle of the song. But it picks back up and ends with a really satisfying note that leads into the next song, Livin' Thing. Livin' Thing is another song that is just classic ELO. It has a similar vibe to So Fine, but it's even better. I love everything about this song. It executes everything perfectly. From the fact that the previous song leads into it, the strings, to the backup vocals, to the energy, it's all so great. The only thing I don't really like is how fast the fade out ends. It just feels abrupt, but that's really about my only gripe with the song. The fact that this isn't even my favorite off the album speaks to this album's quality. Above the Clouds is only 2 minutes long, the shortest song on the album, and about a quarter of that is just a fading out ending. But I still like this song for what it is. It is just pleasant, and the harmonies and vocals are great. The ending feels a little off-putting with the weird tones, but that's really all I can knock the song for. Just an overall pleasant song, mostly, that doesn't overstay its welcome. The penultimate track, Do Ya, goes back to the sound of Rockaria. It's another very fun song, although I do find it one of the weaker ones on the album. It is catchy, but I find some aspects of it just a little too obnoxious. Like one of the guitars during the verses just doesn't sound good in my opinion. However, like many of the songs on this album, it ends extremely well with a great finale. And we get a very sad sounding album closer with Shangri-La. This is another hidden gem of ELO in my opinion, with this song not really being a hit, but it still sounds really good, with every element blending together perfectly once again. And the ending is glorious, with it starting out with just a synthesizer, and then expanding to the point where an orchestra and choir come in. This song is a perfect mix of everything ELO does right, and it is an amazing final song to a really great album. A New World Records spawned quite a few singles, and I can see why. I put it in the same category as an album like Thriller, where it is a damn fine collection of great songs. It is not as crazy as some of the earlier or even later stuff that ELO did, but it is certainly a great album. And with that, I think it is time we rate it. I'm going to give this album an 8.5 out of 10. It's beyond great. I would argue it's amazing. If you want to listen to ELO, this is where I would start. Out of the Blue has higher highs, but this album has nearly no dead spots. And is only half the runtime, too. It's ELO distilled to its purest form. And with that, I think it's time to end the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, if you stuck around to the end especially. If you are not subscribed and you enjoyed this video, why not click the subscribe button? It's just down below. And comment what your thoughts on this album as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.